I hope you guys didn't start to cut corners. I hope you didn't think because, those games where it was 1-0, 2-1. Why am I doing this whole bump it up under 6.5? Why am I giving away free money when I've been winning on the under 5.5? You don't pay your 6.5 taxes, and eventually they're coming for you like the IRS. They came for you last night, but all of us under 6.5 bettors were just smiling through the night. We put the deposit down on a summer vacation because of the way things have been going. We nailed that under 6.5, yes, by the skin of our teeth, but it makes it feel that much better when you get it that way. The under half of a goal for COL, the under half of a goal for Zacha, the big balls call with Sam Reinhart. So we got the under 6.5 and that for plus 130. The under 2.5 shots on goal for Brad Marchand. And then the Andy special, the under 6.5 plus 2.5 with the under half goal on Vlad Tarasenko and the under half of a point. And how bad did he look? How unnoticeable was Vlad Tarasenko? That is called a video's raker's delight. Thank you very much. And in that game, how many of you thought you knew, I got the Florida Panthers puck line. They're going to kill them because I watched the series last year, and I watched them kill the Lightning. The series is going 6, and you just do not want to be playing a team like that. Swayman, another game of 2 or fewer. Not a single game, because that was Ullmark who gave up 3. Every game he's played so far has been 2 or fewer. All of a sudden, that seems like a tall task to beat him 3 times in a game. So if the Bruins get to 2, you already start panicking. And what if Florida loses the next game? Now they need to go do what Dallas did in the round before that. So I know we've been talking about clenched ass cheeks. They didn't expect their cheeks to be clenched this early in the series. And if they're going to do this without Sam Bennett, you saw the line juggling, which allowed us to hit that Tarasenko and allowed us to hit the under half goal on Reinhart. Oh, how about Bobrovsky? How about some of those goals he was giving up? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. But maybe do I have another Andy special for you tonight? We got 2 games. We got this Rangers-Hurricanes game, and now we got this Dallas Stars Colorado Avalanche game. And the reason I'm happy that game ended up with 6 total goals in it last night is because there have been so many clenched ass cheek games that the prices on under 5.5s have been getting ridiculous. So we had that high-scoring Rangers-Canes game 1. Then we had this pretty high-scoring Bruins-Florida game 1. Then we got the Avalanche game tonight. Are we going all overs? I'm not going to say no to you for the Colorado game. I told you the words over on a total are not going to be coming out of my mouth for the entirety of the playoffs. If you want me to say over 5.5, over 6.5, you're going to have to wait till October. I'm going back. I'm giving it another shot. Didn't work game 1. There was like 7 power plays called in that game, and I still imagine there will be a few power plays in this game. And the Rangers power play, as always, does scare me, as it should scare Carolina and scare under bettors. But I think between Shesterkin's great goaltending, how the Canes typically play on defense, especially 5-on-5, the way this series is likely to play out in the long run, I view that the same way game 1 went down in the Golden Knights Dallas Stars game. You got worried there was going to be scoring left and right. Every single game was under 6.5 the rest of the way. And I will do that. I will go under 6.5 in this game. Yes, we're going to have to bump this up, and it's minus 190. What can we do? Well, I need to come up with a name for these players because there's a whole laundry list of them. And you keep seeing the same names with some of my under half of a goals. And these are players who I identify when they play. They're a shoot last. You know how they say you're a pass first kind of player or a shoot first guy? They're a shoot last kind of player. They would love to pass first, and they only shoot when they absolutely have to. Anytime I could find a decent price on one of those players that I deem like that, I always add it to things. Who are these types of players? You've seen me do that with Zacha. Anybody who we always used to take for the assist, whether that's Lundell last night, Chandler Stevenson, and in this game, Two of them, actually. Teuvo Teravainen and Evgeny Kuznetsov. Those type of players I love taking under half of a goal on because they shoot so infrequently that the price we're getting on them is well worth it to me. I don't look at them as like one of these players, like Jordan Martinook, for example. I would be more scared of him scoring a goal than Teuvo Teravainen because he's always looking to set up his line mates and set up his team, even on the power play. So I love adding his under half of a goal. How about we start you with an Andy special? The under 6.5 plus 2.5 for the underdog, which is the Rangers, and the under half of a goal for Teuvo Teravainen. That gets you an under 6.5 Andy special at plus money. But there are other things I like in that game as well. As I said, I'm going to frequently target Rangers at 5-on-5. The Rangers power play's filthy. I'm staying away from those key 5 players. Give me the under 2.5 shots on goal for Alex Lafreniere. He had 2 in the last game. I'm expecting him to stay under 2.5 once again. And then give me the under half of a point. I call this a juicer on Alex Wenberg. Yes, it's a disgusting price. But after seeing what you guys do, you guys DM me. I don't want to see your tape. People on the Patreon, we share stuff at the end of the night. I don't want to get DM'd your winning parlay ticket that requires multiple screenshots. That's not 1 or 2 or 3 bets from my video. It's every single pick in my video. Everything I say in my video, somebody will put all the way on a list. Are you nuts?
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
But if you are going to do that, one of the ones I think you should add in there is the under half of a point on Alex Wenberg against the Carolina Hurricanes. And now in that later game where I promised we will find some player props, what I find interesting about this game, interesting about this series, if I was a 16-year-old fan, I'd be like, Colorado's absolutely going to win. Like the same idiot who thought that Florida was easily going to win that series. Well, I saw them play against Winnipeg. They were destroying them. Dallas? I mean, come on. I love this idiot guy voice, by the way. So the 16-year-old in me thinks Colorado's going to win. The experienced sniffer in me thinks Dallas is the team with home ice. Dallas is the team with more depth. Dallas is the team with the better goalie. But the one thing that's killing me is the strategist in me when I compare how teams play. You guys know about Joe Pavelski. I highlighted him every single game of the series. Well, yes, he's the slowest guy you've ever seen in your life, but he's not the only one. They have many slow players on that team. Jason Robertson isn't a good skater. Even Ben and Sagan at this age aren't good. They have a lot of slow players. And stylistically, that does not match up well against this Colorado team. I want to see one game play out. Even if Dallas wins, I think Colorado, assuming it looks like what I'd like, if Dallas is repeatedly put on their heels and win the game, I have a lot of faith in Colorado to win. But if Colorado actually gets stymied in a way that the Winnipeg Jets weren't able to do it, that's why I'm leaning towards Colorado, because the Jets should have been the most reliable defensive team. And if they couldn't slow them down, and nobody slowed them down 2 postseasons ago, nobody, then I tend to lean towards the Avalanche from 2 years ago playing the way that they play. And that will take me into some of these game 1 bets. Winnipeg was not able to slow them down in any game. They were peppering the net with shots. Maybe I'm falling for it, but a rested Colorado team, the same way I took the over on Swayman saves, I'm going to take the over on Ottinger saves. We're getting an even lower number than we saw on Swayman. And man, was Colorado peppering Winnipeg last round. So we'll see if that holds, but I'm going to go with the over 27.5 saves for Jake Ottinger. And I do want to say, I frequently talk about long layoffs. I want to offer one caveat. The team that I saw play, that long layoffs didn't impact them even 1 iota 2 postseasons ago, was the Colorado Avalanche. They swept the Nashville Predators in the opening round. I've never seen a team come out and look better in that opening game versus the Blues. They swept the Edmonton Oilers. They came out and blitzed the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. They were up 2-0 in a matter of minutes. So this is a team, because this is a lot of the same players, I trust will have a lot of high energy after the long layoff. The only difference this time around is this game one is on the road. 2 postseasons ago, all those game ones were at home, where they had, that mile-high advantage, and they were going nuts on offense, which they typically do.
Come on, let's get nuts.
But I'm going to imagine that they can do that in Dallas. And like I said, stylistically, man, so many of these Colorado players have an advantage. So give me the over on saves for Ottinger. And I'm going to run this to the ground. This is not the best matchup, because Colorado will give you a few chances, but I just got to see it. I got to see it, and I'm going to take it until it runs dry. And that's the under on half of a point for Joe Pavelski. We're getting minus 110 again. And if you remember, last game he was moved down to the third line with Jamie Benn and Wyatt Johnston. And I just want to mention to you, after that under 2.5 shots for Jamie Benn, when he hit the over 2.5 shots, he's been under again. He's only went over in the videos I told you that. So I'm going to continue to take it, but you're not allowed to take it, because it throws off the whole feng shui. There's one bet that it's just staring at me. Like I said, Colorado, they usually, at least this Colorado team from 2 years ago, they played very well after extended layoffs. I'm seeing that over 2.5 shots on Cale Makar, and it's like, am I missing something here? He was peppering the net with shots in that previous round. What am I missing? What the hell am I missing here? The conservative thing to do would be wait a game. Let's see how it plays out. But I know you don't want to do that. Let's go over 2.5 shots on goal for Cale Makar. And then as far as a little same game parlay, I just mentioned they sent Pavelski down to the third line. Who went up to the first line? Stankoven with Rupe Hintz and Jason Robertson. I expect Rupe Hintz to have a much better series. So here are some parlays. The assist for Stankoven. He's the stirring straw. The high-priced assist stirring straw, it's like plus 240. So if you take his assist with a Jason Robertson point, or you know what? Give me an assist for him and a Rupe Hintz point, an even higher payout. I think that's a great value in a game where there could definitely be goals scored. This is a game one. Expect to see power plays on both sides. There should be points in this one. And also, let's throw the over 1.5 shots for Rupe Hintz. They bumped it down to 1.5 because of the way last round went. Fine. Assist for Stankoven, over 1.5 shots for Rupe Hintz, and a point for Rupe Hintz as well. That's what I have for you here on this Tuesday. Shang Tsung flawless victory. So you're welcome. And as always, you know what you can do. You can support the show. You can support me. You can come support the Sniffs by joining the Patreon at patreon.com/Andy Francess. That's where you get the additional updates, some additional parlays. I was able to nail a Brad Marchand assist, Jake DeBrusk point, over 2 shots for Jake DeBrusk. That was a nice one. Little bit lucky, but you wouldn't say that. You know what my uncle says. I don't know. I wasn't watching the game. I checked the paper. Looks like I won. So looks like I won. Looks like you won. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another round of NHL Sniffs.